incredible afternoon. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay because I'm not my normal pitch. Ended up with a little scratchy throat. Had me down for the count on Sunday. I am much better, but there's still like cold and phlegm and all that stuff in my chest or like in the throat. So I keep coughing it up. So it's just affecting my voice just a little. Um, and you're gonna get right back over. Ha ha ha. Did all of that to get right back over. Oh, you're so special. All right. I'm trying to debate between I want to turn. I think if I go straight, there's a school zone that I don't want to deal with. If I go this way, I don't think I can hit the school zone. So we're gonna go this way. Okay. Anyhow. All right. Hello, everyone. Incredible afternoon. You guys know that when I'm writing, I like to chat on live. So I decided to do a topic that kind of came up recently in a chat with someone, and it is on whether or not like you can build a business around getting your main things from Dollar Tree, Five and Below, Walmart, Michaels, and things like that, and whether or not it is helpful or not so helpful for your business. Is it a good idea to do that, like to source from those? So my question to you guys is, before we kind of get started, and while I do my intro, you guys can comment and post it there. Is there anyone that's watching where you sell a lot of items, or you're sourcing a lot of your things from regular retail stores, whether it's online retail stores or in-person retail stores, like chain stores, like your Five and Below, your Walmarts, your Dollar Trees, your Targets. Do you guys have items that you source from there? And then my next question is, if you are someone that does that, then is it just seasonal when you do it? Is it for certain things that you use it? Or like, what is your reasoning with going to a retail type store versus an actual supplier for the things that you need for your business? All right. And while you guys are writing that out, I'm going to officially introduce myself just in case there's anyone new here. Although I didn't hit share. If you guys could hit share, that would be great. Or just give the video a thumbs up. Drop a hey, how you doing? Just help the algorithm push it out so that those who do follow me on YouTube and Facebook, it will trigger the notification and put it on their page and stuff like that. So if you guys could help me out, just drop an emoji, drop a hey, how you doing in the chat real quick. And also give the video a thumbs up, or if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, that will be greatly appreciated. All right, so I am Shakia, the professor of HSE 365. We are the parent company of Salaholics Anonymous, 365 Creative Academy, and the product line, Honestly Speaking. And we also actually have some other departments. You guys probably saw earlier, I released some new files. So we have HSE Digital, we have HSE Design, we have HSE Prints. It's also under HSE. That's like our parent company. So, and I teach you guys, those who are in the creative space and want to monetize what you do creatively, or just not even just saying monetize it. A lot of my students are actually those who have no desire to sell anything. They just want to be great at what they do as a hobby. So I will say the majority of the people want to, of course, turn this, like they want to see some type of return, because it's a lot of money that you invest into different creative things or craft things, whether it's like the blanks, the equipment, the printer, the paper, the ink, and all those things. And it can get kind of pricey. So some people want to see a return, and some people are okay with, hey, this is something that I want to do, and I'm going to spend the money on it the same way you would spend money on anything else that you don't necessarily sell. So I actually have like a mixture of both. Not everyone that follows me does want to do it for stuff, so I don't really push that angle a lot. I try to focus on just like, I just want to teach you how to design in Sweat Studio and how to create things and create them effectively and like the right techniques and things like that. Getting the right tools to make your job easier. Even if the tools cost more, it'll actually make your job easier and make you more productive. And that's what my focus has always been on. All right. Excuse me. So you can check out all my platforms. I have years and years and years. I can't wait to say I have a decade of videos. I'm like waiting for that 10-year mark. So I'm like, I have a decade of video content. So yeah, but there's over 7 years of video content. But I've been like using Sweat Studio for like 8 years now because my niece is 8. So I've been using it for about 8, teaching it for about 7. And then we have an amazing product line, honestly speaking, which we carry submachine paper and all that kind of good jazz. And I have in my creative academy, I have what's called creative business. And we have different discussions all the time about, just different things business related. And we'll probably have an in-depth discussion about this. But I was having a conversation with someone because she was trying to find something. And she wanted, she was just asking my thoughts on it. Now, I'm not saying that I don't source things from various places, but I always have a backup. If you're going to use retail, chain stores like Dollar Tree, Walmart, all of those, one, for some things, it's quality. Like, it's the quality of stuff. 2, you're paying retail costs. If you're wanting to make a business, side hustle, a little bit different because you're not really focused on the true profit margin. You're just looking to make a little something extra on what you spent out. So if you're just doing it as like a little side hustle, you just, just a little pocket change, a little mad money, you're not going to really focus on it. And it's okay to do retail. But if you're doing a business, if you're really trying to run a business, you want to keep those profits high. So you want to buy low, sell high. And a lot of times going into the retail stores, you'll actually end up spending more, even if it is a quality product, or you're going to find things like at the dollar store and stuff like that. But the quality may not be that great. So we have to be mindful of that. Oh, that's a good one there too. So she says tissue paper, tape, things like that. You'll actually, like, there are sometimes like, a lot of people say like, okay, Dollar Tree, they have like the pack of tissue paper. But when you really look at how many come in there, and then if you were to go somewhere else and buy the larger one, like if you would go to Amazon and buy like the really big thing of like tissue paper, even if it's like a single color or, an actual colored one, you'll find that you get, yes, you have to pay more up front, but you'll get more bang for your buck, and the actual cost per sheet is less. So it's a couple things that play, a part into why you would maybe go with a chain store versus getting it quote unquote wholesale, or buying it truly in bulk. And it might just be that, you only need a small amount of it. So it's going to be better for you to not invest so much money for something that's going to sit there. Because if it sits there, then it's not going to make you money. But I want to talk more specifically about like the links. So maybe not the things to like run our business, because of course, I mean, I'm gonna, if I need tape, I'm gonna go, somewhere, I'm gonna find tape. Tape is something where, I mean, you can find that anywhere. I can literally throw a rock and go to any store, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target, and I can get tape. That's like, there's not a specific tape that I'm going to need to close a box. Although for us, there is. We actually can't just go into a store and order the tape for our boxes because we use the gum tape. So it's the one with we have to have a roller that puts the water on it and stuff like that. And so it's like the paper tape and it's reinforced. So we can't actually just go to the store and buy tape. Like for other stuff we can, but for our packages, we actually can't. We have to order online, and it comes out better if you order it in bulk. So we got a whole bunch of that crap sitting in the warehouse now. But specifically for blanks, like I see a lot of people who are gravitating towards the Ooh, hold on. Yes, if you have no space, that's a good one. So a lot of people are gravitating towards like the those frosted glass jars from Walmart. There'll be certain things that you'll probably get from like the Dollar Tree, whether it's like the microfiber towels, if it is the paddles for graduation and things like that. If it is, let's see, socks, um, even foam board. Y'all know I love me some foam board. So even with stuff like that, and foam board is actually one that's really, really hard. Because I even have issues like with getting it from Walmart, like the Elmer's brand. I really can't find it. Wholesale. I gotta find me like a good one. Data boards are good, but they're expensive. But anyway, so I was, speaking with someone, and so I was asking her about, the fact that she's using these like these tumblers, these frosted glass tumblers from Walmart. And they technically are not intended for, well, we don't know specifically. This is a product that's very much so new, right? Walmart isn't selling them or advertising them to where someone has tested it. It is set on a shelf, it is set somewhere, and they know that it holds up. Whereas when you have someone who does sublimation, they know the right coating that's supposed to be on there, a coating that's going to last quite a while, that the sublimation ink is going to penetrate and like bind to it. So someone went, got this. All right, hey, let's just play around, test this out. Hey, y'all, look, this sublimated, it worked. Yes, it may work, but if it sits there, right, for a couple weeks, couple months, what is it going to look like? They paid their money. When you are selling it, is it something that's supposed to be kind of like a single use? Are you putting a warranty on it to say, okay, hey, that this is something that will last for X, Y, and Z? I also spoke with someone else, and they were saying that they sublimated to the clear vinyl, and it looks great when you first do it, but it has sat for some months, and she went to go, I think, clean some stuff out or throw some stuff away, and she found a shirt that she sublimated onto the clear vinyl, and it blew it out. So imagine if that happens to your customer a couple months down the line. I have a shirt that I made for my niece for her 5th birthday. She can still wear it. Looks just as good as the day I made it. I show you guys all the time the one I made for her 6th birthday. She is 8 years old now, and I've shown that shirt a couple of times, and it looks amazing. Like 2 years later, it looks exactly the same way it did when I made it, right? But that's because I use a product that I know works. Like I know what pigment ink does. I've tested those things even before I started selling them. Whether it was like I was making shirts for myself personally, and I'm like, oh, okay, this holds up. But when we're getting the ones from Walmart, the one thing I was telling, I was on a pro call. And if you don't know, I randomly choose people when I do what I call a professor call or a pro call. And we just talk about your business. Like this is something I just do to be able to help others out. I just pick and choose randomly when I do them. I don't charge for them, and we just sit and talk for about a good 30 minutes to an hour. The conversation is really good. Sometimes if I'm free, sometimes we'll be on for like an hour and a half. I'm long-winded too. So I was asking her, like, do you have a plan for this? Yes, they're great, but do you have a plan in place? Because a lot of people are trying, like, everyone's seeing this, right? And everyone wants to try it. So with stores, they only order so much. And the one thing that I've learned just from talking with managers and stuff at like different Walmarts, because I can go to a Walmart that's here in 441, and there are things that are there that aren't at the one, which is literally like maybe 5 miles away, if that, right here on 27th Avenue and 199th. There are things that are not over there. There's certain brands. I can't buy cheese nips, which is my favorite. I'm not a Cheez-Its person. I'm a cheese nips person. I'm a Cheez-Its gal. I can't buy cheese nips at any of the Walmarts in my area, but I've been able to, like, now lately I haven't seen them as much, but I can go to Walmart in Pembroke Pines and they have the cheese nips. There are times where things will go on sale and people try and go and like, oh, well, can you match this? Someone showed that their store. Doesn't mean that all the Walmarts are going to have them on sale because it's regional based. They order regionally. There are Kool-Aids that are not to, like, but it's true. There are certain flavor of Kool-Aids that are in stores that are in predominantly African American neighborhoods that are not in other neighborhoods, and vice versa. There are times where I want like a specific brand, and because it's not the typical Black folks brand, flavor of Kool-Aid, you're not gonna find it in Walmart at all. um, so I was talking, she was like, oh, she had to go so far to get the colors that she wanted. Because when they're ordering, they're gonna order like a lot of times those things come in bulk. They don't come where it's an individual color. They don't, they all just kind of like they make them, they just kind of put them in there. So it's gonna be a mix of them. It's almost also like if you ever go to like a chicken wing place, and let's say you want all flats or all drumettes, like they charge you extra for it because it's mixed in. Like now you have to pull that stuff out. These big box stores are not focused on selling them like individual colors. So she had an order, and she took the order for all of the like, and they needed specific ones. So there are all these other colors. Walmart didn't have any. Oh, there it is. Um, Drove looking for a specific color. So then, we had the conversation of like, how long did it take you? How far do you have to go? Gas is not cheap. So now you're having to go, far to get them. And then it's like, either you, a lot of times, if it's something that's seasonal, it's not going to be on their website because they're not going to order enough to house where it can be in their like main warehouse for shipping out if you order online, because it's just something seasonal and it's only available in store. So how much time are you losing to where you could have been working on an order, working on customer service, working in business, working on, whoever, whatever. And then like just the resources of gas to go to these different places, sorting through it to find the ones that you need versus if you did have to spend a little bit more money, you're able to like maybe find it online. It's the ones that, it's the exact colors that you need. Yes, it might cost you a little bit more money, but guess what? Hold on. You're gonna have to put their leashes on. Sit it on. Get your dogs. Look at me. Oh, okay. Just grab their leashes and clip it on and then take them in the backyard. Hold on. I think he's gonna screw this up. Hold on. All right. I got their food in the car too, so I can't be long. Um, so um, I was just saying, like, you you may have to spend more, like if you go through with like any site that's selling them, it will cost a little bit more. But if you go and you actually add up that cost of what what you waste in gas, what you lose in time, and if you have allocated, like let's say your time is valuable, you work for your company that you're building, right? You are a worker of it. So when you're creating stuff, I'm pretty sure you give yourself like, well, you should. If you're in my class, that you should have like an hourly range for yourself based off of what you're doing. So let's say that your worth is, you've set that for your time, your expertise, and like, you set that at $20 an hour, right? If driving to the store, doing all this stuff, if you took up 2 hours, if you took up 3 hours, and you're saying that your value is $20 an hour. I saw some Chick-fil-A, some Chick-fil-A. Give me that Chick-fil-A. I'm like, what you got, Chick-fil-A? All we have is the nuggets and the French fries. There you go. All right, have a good day. That's yours. Yeah, fine. All right, so what was I saying? My son just threw me all the way off. So let's say, okay, you're taking like 3 hours, 2 hours, even if it's an hour, okay, $20, and that's time that you spent out, which we know we go to the store, we look at all this, probably not like you probably spend about 2-3 hours between going to the different stores and driving and stuff like that, probably more than that. So let's just say if your rate is $20 an hour for yourself, that's $60, right? So now if you were to take that 60 and in store, they were $5, but online you found them for $7. Now divide that extra $2 by the 60 and you'll see, like, and however many you wanted, you probably would have spent less, if not more. I mean, you probably would have spent less, if not maybe like a little bit more. But guess what? That's 3 hours that you could have been like actually working on something truly, truly productive for your business. And then it's not a guarantee. So I was asking her, is this something that you promoted as it being seasonal? It's okay sometimes to go in when things come around, you're running to the stores to go get these items and you're advertising them as something that's seasonal. If you like the way they kind of come out, buy a certain amount. And this is your inventory for them. Once these are sold out, hey, I'm sold out. You should have got at me earlier. But if you go and you buy them and you sell out, then trying to go and run around and find them. Okay, well, maybe if you take the money for, okay, well, shoot, they're at Walmart. I'll be able to go get them. Now, when you can't find them, but you may have potentially already taken money or you've already promised it, it starts to make you look bad because then you're not prepared as a business person. And, people start to formulate stereotypes and opinions and thoughts and stuff like that. But if you were like really wanting to, okay, I have a few designs, I'm going to get this. This is what I have. So I'm going to advertise. Once these are sold out, this is a limited edition. This is a seasonal product. We don't have to. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't teach about is you don't have to have a product that you're selling all year round. You may have staples that you sell all year round, but some things are going to be seasonal and some things are going to be limited quantities. A lot of times the limited quantity ones are the better, like, because people feel like, well, dang, I got something that's all like that's really exclusive. So don't be afraid to put on certain things like limited quantity available. And once they run out, hey, I'm sold out. I can't do any more. But please, I cannot do any more. Saying no doesn't make you a bad business person. Saying that you don't have something does not make you a bad business person. I'm actually sick and tired of people making creators and things feel like they're not professional because they can't do something. Oh, well, their designs on color shirts. Okay, if that's not what you're wanting to do, if you moved away from vinyl and being able to put that stuff on there, why then go back to doing whether it's eco solvent transfers, if it's well, detail is a little bit different, but like all these things where you still have to like cut it, you have to weed it. Yeah, you may not layer it, but it's like you moved away from that. You wanted something you can print and press. So if doing summation shirts and like on a white shirt is not something that they want, it's okay to say, I don't provide that service. It does not make you less professional to say that, hey, we're sold out. That has been discontinued. We don't provide that service, because then you're being honest with yourself. You're being honest with your business. That is what I have built my brand on. And it has never hurt me to go and say, no, I can't or cannot do something. Then when we go into like, I see people saying, okay, well, you can buy this for $1 and you can sell it for 20, 30 bucks. That is a really, 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 really big markup. And a lot of the times, these items are not quality made. Um, and just because I might sell a towel or a rag or something, and I might charge, 10 bucks for it, but my blank is also a little bit more quality. It's not going to break down. It has more absorbency to it. I paid a little bit more for mine. So the quality is different. When it comes to like socks, polyester socks to me are not like always like great, great, great anyway. But you're getting the ones from Five Below and Dollar Tree and all those. And as soon as you walk on them, like you get all the little frillies, they're breaking. As soon as you wash them, they lose their stretch. Those items are great, especially for a beginner to practice. Maybe even gift them so people can see what you're capable of doing. But you want to do the research to find places that's going to have those when you need them. Because if you're in a business, you need to have at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 places to where if one runs out. Right now, everyone is having supply chain issues. So if you rely on just one company for the things that you like to use, it's going to make your business suffer. You have to have a good, better, best. You have to have an A, B, and C. I like sports tech shirts. I like Team 365 shirts. I know of 3 different places at any given time that I can go to go get them. And just in case, like one place might not have the size that I need. So I need to be able to go and order from somewhere else. Does it suck that I now have to pay shipping from 2 different places? I mean, yeah, but it's what I need for the business. There are things that, like, I feel like I'm going to step on some toes with this, but I'm going to say it. Some people are very delusional in what they think that running a business is or working for themselves. That it's supposed to be just this like easy breezy thing. Everything is like, it's so much better than working a 9 to 5. All you're doing is like you're not clocking in. Right now, I'm very grateful that I don't have a 9 to 5 that I have to clock in at because I was sick. So I was able to not have to worry about waking up and going in somewhere sick. I was able to get the rest that I need. If I needed to go lay down because my head was spinning, I'm able to do that. So that gives me that kind of freedom to where when my body's telling me, hey, we need a little break here. We're not feeling too well. Go lay your butt down. I'm not worried about being written up. Like, well, I mean, even try to write me up, we're gonna fight. But I'm not worried about being written up or because and I can't take care of myself. Like, so it gives me that freedom, but it doesn't mean to where like everything is like easy and breezy and all that stuff. Like sometimes I'm going to end up having to spend more money than I may have wanted to, but I have to make sure that the ball keeps moving. Like business is still moving. Like if I'm saying I have a business for those core things, even if I have to be out for a little bit, okay, it shouldn't be where it's too long, especially if it's something that can easily be purchased from somewhere else. I just may have to pay more. Just like you have to then put your big girl panties on, big boy panties on, and make that decision that, hey, yes, I'm not going to make as much. I'm going to lose like basically the shipping cost, but I know I have to make this decision for my business. But when we go to all of these big box places, yes, there's a bunch of Walmarts. Yes, there's a bunch of this store, that store. You may compromise on quality. If it's something that you have not tested yourself to make sure and like test it and not immediately sell it. Let it sit for a little bit. See what happens with it over time. Wash it. Leave it out in the sun because you never know. Like you want to be able to answer those questions when people pose those questions. Okay, well, wait, why did this happen? Well, I don't know, man. So, oh, sorry, excuse me. Be very mindful with going to these stores for your core items. Like I said, I don't use Dollar Tree boards. To me, the quality of them is just not there. And it's going to take just as much work for a Dollar Tree board as it is for an Elmer's, maybe just a little bit less work. But then that Dollar Tree one, like it breaks down. And so I've done all this work. I've put the vinyl on it. Vinyl is actually too heavy for it. It'll come off that paper like in a heartbeat because that paper comes off. So I've wasted quality vinyl and put it on a really, really, really cheaply made product. And for what? So you have to understand quality. Like everything is not made equal. Even with like the oven mitts, I did some, and I often get, why don't I do a lot of content where I'm going and just getting, I've done them every once in a while, like, but I made a decision to stop doing a lot of the go to the Dollar Tree and buy stuff, because I've learned that people take what I do, like my word is bond, like, oh, well, the professor did it. And that's why if I try something, I say I'm in the lab, because I don't want people to think that, hey, this is, go run out and buy this. It's going to be great, because I'm testing this. I'm saying this is my first time doing it. So I'm very mindful of doing, of showing that. I did like the oven mitts and stuff like that from Dollar Tree. Those things flatten out. They get hard and crunchy from the heat because of how they're made. They're not quality at all. Are they great to practice on? Maybe, so that you're not spending. People always say, well, I don't want to waste product, like to make samples or make things to take pictures of. In the picture, no one's gonna be able to tell that it's really like crunchy. You can use those items for like for advertisement and for pictures, just to show how your colors are going to come out on different substrates. And then, or you can use like certain things from there. They have the contact paper, they have like the sticky tiles, they have different things that you can probably use. Probably use like their foam board to create a backdrop for your products and stuff like that. I can see DIYing and doing like really crafty things until you get the more professional ones. So you can definitely do things like that, but just be mindful of using it just strictly for your business, especially if it's something that they don't carry all the time. I use their wine glasses. Now those, they always have them. Their mugs, I was using those and like glittering them or just putting vinyl on it, because that's something that they always have. Like, doesn't matter which store you go to. Now ones like the little football ones have to be, I have to catch those and I get a bunch of them as soon as I see them. But all the other stuff that I know they always have there, hey, I've gone there and I've used that as like my main source. If I'm just putting like a name bride on like the wine goblets and all that stuff, that's a little bit different. But socks and the microfiber towels, y'all know I love those. And I mean that is one where I'll say that's actually a really good product. They are really thin compared to some of the other ones, but they are actually 100% polyester. Some of the other ones that I get are only like 80, 87%. So the color actually comes out way, way better on the Dollar Tree one. So that's one product that I can say, I wish I could always get them, but half the time you go in there, and because the white, the gray, the green, and the blue are all in one, you only get so many. Like, they don't ever sell it where you can just buy the whites by themselves. So just be mindful of that, guys. It can help you when you're starting out, especially as practice items. There are certain things that you can use. Everyone's using like the paddles for fans for graduations or memorials. If everyone and all the groups are flocking to these stores, they only carry so many, they only bring in so many of them. Maybe use it to test it and try it out, but look for places that sell them and they have larger quantities of them. Will you probably spend a little bit more? Yes, but you're not going to have to worry about riding around town or it not being available for you when you need it. Yes, the 5 and below journals definitely fade over time. That's why, I did them and I meant to come back and do the update, but yes, they definitely fade over time. That is very, very true. I'm so glad you said that. I'm pretty sure I was saying like it's okay to say no. Also, when someone posts something in a Facebook group, everyone rushes to the local store looking for the item and now it's sold out. Exactly. That's where correctly pricing your products come in. That is very much so true, which will take me to where I'm going to end this at. June, July, and August, I am focusing on pricing and understanding profit margins in my creative business program. So if you have not signed up for it, visit our website, shop.hse365.com. Sign up for creative business. Like I said, June, July, August, we meet 4 times a month. We are focusing on truly getting you guys to where you understand about pricing when you are a beginner, you're kind of at the mid-level, when you're planning for your overhead and stuff like that. And someone in a clubhouse room, I hate the fact I can't remember their name. It's not like an original thought of mine, but someone in the clubhouse room today, and I'm gonna figure out a way to like really use that as an example. And what he said was, when you have kids, you pay for childcare, right? And figure out ways to like get like to pay for that childcare so that you can go and work. Well, for a lot of people, your business is like your baby. And there are going to be times where you're going to have to pay people to do certain parts of your business, to take care of that part, like that part of your baby. And I was like, dang, like that's something like, y'all know, I'm always trying to like put things into perspective. I'm always thinking business, but I never really made that correlation. I have two kids, but one kid, we never had to pay for daycare. And the other one, he's now in like preschool. So we're kind of like paying for daycare, but I still never put two and two together. And it made me like stop and think about some of the things that I'm doing in my business that I now need. Like, I'm like, okay, wait, if you're willing to pay that and you find the money to pay for that childcare, then guess what? You need to now also pay for someone to take care of this one specific part of my business that is driving me nuts. And I have decided today that I'm just going to pay someone to deal with it because it's just too much. But yeah, we're focusing on that all of June, July, and August. So if you're not in creative business, you get access to all of the other sessions that we did, but that is going to be the most important one, is really prepping yourself and being prepared, especially as we get closer to what is like the second busiest time, which is Christmas, and people like to create creative things for Christmas. So we're going to break a lot of that down, whether you are just starting and just doing word of mouth and don't have a website, versus having a website or a site like Etsy. You still have to really calculate your numbers and know how to read your numbers to make sure that you're profiting well. All right. So let me go because the sun is starting to give me a headache. I still have class tonight, so I have to kind of lay down. And I'm still hungry and my food is in the house. So I'm going to go and get up out of here. But if you're just joining on, listen to the playback of it. We talked about, whether or not like different things where buying stuff or sourcing things from big chain stores can or cannot be beneficial for your business. All right. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If it was, just give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. Hey, it helped me. Don't know nobody else, but it helped me. And I should talk to you guys later. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.